I'm Shannon Murphy, and I'm here with the Vintage Vehicle Show. And we're here in Fullerton, California for the 2003 Muckenthaler Classic Car Show. So I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show and see some beautiful cars. I'm here with Ralph Allen and his 1930 Packard 745. Hi, Ralph.
Good to meet you.
Well, we were hoping that you could tell us a little about your car because I heard it's pretty much one of the front runners here at the show.
Oh, we hope so. I've been working on the car about 3 years, and we bought it pretty much in a basket. In other words, pieces.
Okay.
And we had to go all over the country to get various parts. I bought what we call a companion car in Virginia, and it had wire wheels, and it was a 740 sedan. And we switched the wheels, and the car was really too good to destroy, so we restored it too. But we took the best parts for the Roadster, and it's been about a 3-year. It's taken about 3 years, and now it's almost done.
I heard a story that there was something unique about the springs. How you came about that?
Oh, the springs. You could buy 745 springs, but the ends of the springs were unique. They would be very hard to build.
Okay.
And I was talking to a fellow in Connecticut, and he claimed that he pulled this back end out of a swamp.
A swamp.
And we he took them off, sent them to me, and we cleaned them up, and they worked. They were real 745.
So you never know what you'll find in a swamp, everyone. Hi, I'm here with Lee Orr and his 1926 Landau Coupe. And this car is one puppy that you definitely got to see. It's got a wood body. Can you believe that? Lee, can you tell me more about your car?
Well, it was purchased in 1958 in Dillon, Montana. A neighbor of mine lived across the street, and he was 92 years old, and he came over one day and said, "Hey, I hit the garage door driving in, Lee, and I don't think I better drive anymore." And he wanted to give me the car. So he accepted $25, and so then I drove it for a couple years, and I came to California then, put it in storage for 12 years. And then I brought it down here, and 11 years later than that, it looks like it does today. And it has a wood body. It's Oakland was bought by General Motors in the 20s, and ran it until about 32. And then they discontinued it because they had Pontiac, which were almost the same car, but Pontiac was a metal body. And so anyway, it's unique in that respect. And so the wood was dry rot when I got into it, so I had to replace it all. And it's unique in that respect.
Can you tell me more about like the interior, maybe some of the gauges, or maybe you can tell me more about the wood spokes? I noticed there's wood spokes on this car.
Yeah, the wood spokes have been replaced because they were in such bad shape that we had to do that. And the steering wheel was original, just been sanded and refinished. The dash is all original. A lot of the material is pot metal, like the door handles. And
what's pot metal?
Oh, it was a cheaper type of metal in those days, and it's very brittle and it's easy to break. And so the speedometer gears are pot metal and stuff, and so we're having a real time keeping that operating. But it's working.
with Robert Kehoe, and we're here with his 1933 LaSalle, and we're going to learn a little bit more about it. Robert, can you go ahead and tell me what was unique about this car?
Well, there's not much unique about it except that it's an unrestored original car, has 58,000 miles on it, was stored for a long, long time. Originally, it was purchased in New York and it shipped to California right away. And then somehow it got lost for about 30 years. At least we have not been able to find the trail.
How did you lose a car for 30 years?
I have no idea, but the fellow I bought it from discovered it in an auction. It was being conducted by a bank because they had used the car as collateral on a loan, and then they foreclosed on a loan. The bank ended up with the car. My friend bought it in the auction. He had it for about 25 years, and he recently decided to sell his collection. So about 4 years ago, I bought the car from him.
Now, you said everything's original, so the interior is original, and there are a little few rips and snags in there. What kind of cloth is in there?
That's wool broadcloth, and that's a decision you have to make when you buy an old car. If you want to restore it, fine. If you want to keep it as it is, then you have to put up with the rips and tears and the use. But that's what's fun about the cars.
Messages, we'll see some more classic cars from Fullerton, California. Hi, I'm here with Gary Jarvis and his 1956 Mercedes 300 SL, otherwise known as a Gullwing. So Gary, I know that you drove this car for about 13 years before you started restoring it. And then what did you do to start restoring it?
After 13 years, I decided, well, if I want to win any trophies, I'm going to have to do a restoration. So we decided to go all the way, and we took the body off the frame and restored every nut and bolt and screw, and every moving part in the engine is brand new, not just restored. And 40% of what you see is brand new old stock. And so it's a what we call a brand new old car. The engine is a 6-cylinder single overhead cam slant 6. Dodge thinks they invented the slant 6, but Mercedes had it in '52. And it's also the first production car in the world to have fuel injection standard equipment, which is its main feature. And it's a very small engine compared to American specs. It's only got 183 cubic inches, but it puts out 240 horse, which is a lot of horsepower for a little engine. This car was built as a race car, and the entire bottom of the car is covered with a belly pan, which you can't see, but only Ferraris today have belly pans. Most cars do not because it's an added expense. But the belly pan makes it can go faster.
And I know when you opened up the trunk that you had said there is a very large gas tank in the trunk.
Large for a car of this size and a small engine, you say, well, 20 gallons is plenty. This has a 34-gallon tank because it was used in Europe as a long-distance race car, and so they didn't want to have to be stopping all the time for gas.
I'm here with Leslie Kendall. He's the curator of the Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles, California. And he's going to tell us about this beautiful car, which was actually given to Rita Hayworth by Ali Khan. It's a 1953 Cadillac Coupe. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. This is probably one of the most unique Cadillacs anywhere in the world. It was built in 1953 for the Turin Automobile Show, and it was bought off the floor of the show by the Ali Khan for actress Rita Hayworth. And in 1953, it was still possible to buy just the chassis from the manufacturer and then send it to a coach builder like Ghia or Pininfarina or one of the others and have them build any kind of body that you wanted. Anything that you could conjure in your mind, they would build for you. And they, as it happens, they built 2 of these. Really? And they both survived. This is the one that was the property of Rita Hayworth originally.
So there's only 2?
It's only 2.
Can you tell me about what's underneath the hood?
What's underneath the hood is a standard Series 62 Cadillac overhead valve V8 engine.
Can you tell me about the interior a little bit?
Well, the interior is natural leather. It's hand-stitched, and it comes complete with a set of fitted luggage behind the seats. It's strictly a 2-seater, 3 in a pinch because it's a bench seat.
I'm Shannon Murphy. We'll see you next time. Bye.